So in this video, I'm going to share my screen and show you exactly how to create a contact form on your website so that your visitors can send you a message. This is a contact form that we are going to create. And when we create this contact form, users will be able to submit an inquiry or whatever we want users to submit. And when they submit, we are going to receive a notification via email. And this is a notification that you are going to receive when users submit the form on your website. And you are going to receive this notification straight to your email inbox. And you don't need to have any extra paid plugin, and you don't have to pay for any service in order to do this. All we are going to need is WordPress and a free plugin, and I'm going to share my screen so we can get started. So right now I'm in the back end of my website, and in order to get started we are going to install a free plugin called WP Forms, and we can do that by coming to plugins and we click on add new or add plugin, and in the search bar we are going to search for WP Forms, and this is the one that we are looking for. So we can click install now, and when it finishes we can click activate. Okay, now that the plugin has been activated, we have everything we need to start creating our form. And if you come to this sidebar, you are going to find the WP Forms right here. This means the plugin has been activated. And in order to start creating our form, we are going to come to add new form. If you use WP Forms previously, you can click all forms to see all the forms that you have previously created. So if you create any form, you are going to find the form here and you will be able to start editing the form. But since we don't have any form, we can click the add new button right here, or from here, it's all the same. When we click, we are going to start creating our new form. Okay, we click let's go, and we are going to start by choosing a name for our form. And we can select right here and we can name our form any way we want. I can name this our contact form or my contact form. The name that you added here is only going to be visible to you, so you don't need to worry about it. And the next thing we are going to do is choose a template. If you scroll down here, you are going to see we have blank form, we have a simple contact form, a newsletter form, we have many other templates. If you scroll past this stage, then all the ones down here are in the pro version, and you can create totally from scratch, which is what we are going to do. If you select this, you can use this template with a name, last name, email, and custom message, but we are not going to use a template so that you see exactly how every step works. And we are going to choose blank form and we can click create blank form. So this is the edit page. This is where we are going to start building our form. You see the name that we previously choose for our form is right here, and this where it say add field, this is where we are going to start selecting fields and adding them right here to our form. If you come to field option, this is where you are going to make changes to the field that you selected. Since we haven't selected any field, this is empty, but we are going to come back here. We are going to start with a name. We want users to submit their name, so we can select it right here, click and drag and drop it here. So we want users to submit first name and last name. We can leave it like this. If we select the field, under field option, we can make changes to it. This is the label. The label, it means the text above the field. Right here, it said name. If we can change it, we can say full name. And you see it has been reflected right here. And we can say enter your name. Whatever we write here is going to be above the field. And this is a format. We can choose a format of the field. Right now you see we have a first name separate and a last name separate. If we select a format, we can change it to simple, and we will have a one field that users can simply add their full name in the field without having two separate fields. If we change it to first, middle, and last, we have three fields. I'm going to leave it as first and last. And the next thing I'm going to look at is description is not needed. You don't need to add any description. If you make it required, users will not be able to submit this form until they give you this information. And we want users to not be able to submit the form until they add their first and last name. So we are going to mark it as required, and you are going to see this red star, red asterisk. It means this field is compulsory. And we can come to advanced setting for this field. and the size right now it is set to medium. If we change it to small, it is going to be smaller. If we change it to large, it is going to be full width, and I want all my fields to be full width, so I'm going to make it large. The next thing we can do is add a placeholder. Placeholder is a text that is in the place that the person is going to add their information. For example, if we choose the first name field, and if I start writing my name, you see my name appear in the field. This is to give the user an indication of what to write here. So if the user click here, they are going to be able to start writing their name. This is just a placeholder, that is what it means, and we can totally leave it empty. If we want, we can add the placeholder for the last name also. We can choose to hide label. You remember the label, which is this enter your name. If we select this, we are going to hide it. This is not going to be visible when we share the form on our web page, but I'm going to leave it on. And we can hide sub-labels, which is this first and last name, and I can hide them. It's better to hide them, so I'm going to add a placeholder instead of adding a sub-label. I will hide the sub-label, and I'm going to write first name here, or your first name, and in the last name I'm going to write your last name. Okay, this is all the settings that I want to make for this field. In order to add a next field, we are going to come back to add field, and I'm going to add an email. Right here, I will click and drag and drop it right here. And I will select it, and I will change the label to enter your email so that it matches with the other field that we have at the top. And I will make it required. I will come to advanced, and I will make it large so that it is full width. And that is all we need. Or maybe we are going to add a placeholder, or we don't need to add a placeholder, because we add a placeholder here because we have two fields. So users know this is a first name and this is a last name, but this one we only need the email address, and we have one field, so we don't need to add any placeholder text. And we can come to add field again. If we want, we can collect their phone number, but the phone number field is part of the pro version of WP Forms. So if you want to add phone number, instead of adding the phone number field, you can simply add a simple text, simple line text like this. We can add it down here, and we can select it. Instead of single line text, we can change it to enter your phone number. And we can make it required or not required. We can come to advanced, and we can make it large, and we can limit a length. If maybe a phone number length in my country is 11 digits, I can limit it to 11 digits, but we don't need to do that, so we can leave it like this. And the next field we are going to add is a message field, message box, so that users can submit their message. And we can choose a paragraph text. We can drop it right here, and you see right here it said paragraph text. We are going to select it, and we are going to change it to enter your message, and we are going to make it required, so users cannot submit this form without writing their message. We can come to advanced. We can make it medium is fine, but if we make it small, it is going to be smaller. If we make it big, it's going to be larger, the box. So we are going to leave it as medium. We can limit the length of the characters that users can submit, but I don't need to do that. The next thing I will do is this submit button. When you click and select it, it will bring you here to the general settings. And this is our form name. And this is currently the form said submit. If we change it here, no matter what we write, it's going to be the text on the button. And we can change it to submit your message. And this is going to be the text on the button. If we come to advanced, we can add a CSS class or CSS class to the actual button, but we don't need to do that. So we are going to click save. The next thing we are going to come to look at is confirmations. We can click here to come to confirmation, and when users submit the form, what do we want to happen? Right now, by default, it is set to message. When someone submits the form, they are going to see this message. Thanks for contacting us. We will be in touch with you shortly. You can change this text, rewrite it, and write anything you want, or you can change the confirmation type entirely. You can add a URL that you want users to go to. If you add a link to a page, as soon as someone submits the form, they will get redirected to the external page. If you choose show page, you are going to select a page on your website that you want people to go to when they submit the form. But to make things simple, we are going to leave it as a message, and users are going to see this when they submit the message, when they submit the form, I mean. So we are going to click save again, and the next thing we are going to look at is notification, and this is what we want. This is the notification that we want to receive when someone submits the form. And where do we want to send the notification? I am just going to send the notification to my Gmail, and that is all you need to do. Write the email address that you want to receive the notification. If you want to receive the notification to more than one email address, you just add a comma and add another email address. All the email addresses that you add here, when someone submits the form, they are going to receive a notification. You only need to separate them by a comma. And the next thing is the subject line. This is the subject line of the email that you are going to receive when someone submits the form. You can change it if you like, and this is the name that you are going to see in the email, the confirmation that you receive. You can change it or leave it like that. And the next thing you are going to do is the email that you want the notification to be sent out from. The best way to add the email is to add the email, your domain email, not a Gmail address. For example, the domain name of this website is baportfolio.com. So it's better to add something like admin@baportfolio.com, or even no reply @baportfolio.com. Just make sure the email address that you add here is your own domain email address, not a Gmail address, because if you add a Gmail address, there is a very good chance the emails are going to end up in spam folder most of the time. And reply to address, you can leave it empty, and all this message is going to be, this box is going to contain the information that you want to receive when someone submits the form. And by default, we have this tag, and this is all we need, all field. We want to receive all the field that the user submitted. We can scroll down and we can choose an email template, which is not necessary, so we are going to save. And this is all we need to do. Our form is created and our form is ready. The next thing that we want to do is go to a page and add our form, and we can exit the form builder and we can come to pages, and you can select a page that you want to add your form to. Let's say I want to add the contact form to this page. I'm going to edit the page. So this is an empty page, and no matter what type of builder you use, there is going to be a place to search for widget. And if there is a place to search for widget, you can simply search for forms and you will be able to find the form widget. I'm going to start by adding a simple container, since this is an empty page. And now that I have my container, I am going to come back to all element and I'm going to search for form. And you see a widget, WP forms. I can simply click and drag and put it on my page. And I'm going to select a form. This is the form that I have created. And that's it. You see the form have been added. The next thing that we are going to want to do is style our form to make it look good. So I'm going to save, and I'm going to just remove all distractions from the page. I'm going to hide the title and the page layout. I'm going to choose Elementor Canvas so that we don't have any distraction. Okay, I'm going to select the container and add some margins and padding. I'm going to add a margin of maybe 100. And I'm going to select the form itself. I'm going to add left and right margin of maybe 120. And I can come to the style tab. What you find here is going to depend on the plugins that you have. If you if you have an empty website with no extra plugins, you are going to see this. But if you have other add-ons like Ultimate add-on for Elementor, you are going to have more customization option. So right here you can choose a theme, but most of them are in the pro version, so we are simply going to skip the theme. And field style, we are going to leave it as medium, or we can change it to small, or medium is better. And you can just go ahead depending on the page builder that you used and edit the form to make it look good. I'm going to just go ahead and make some changes to make it look good. Then we are going to continue. Okay, now I made some styling changes to our form, and this is how the form looks. You can spend more time and make it look much better depending on your website branding. But for now, this is what we have. So I'm going to click publish and save my changes. And the next thing we are going to do is we are going to view the page in a different tab, and we are going to submit the form and see what happens. I'm going to submit a test. So this is assuming a user come to your website and is trying to submit the form. We are going to click submit your message. And you see the message that we added when users submit the form. This is what they are going to see. Thanks for contacting us. We will be in touch with you shortly. Now I'm going to check my Gmail and see if I receive a notification. And this is it right here. I get the notification. You see the name. It comes from BA Portfolio, and this is the subject line. And we are going to open the form, and this is the submission. And anyone who submitted the form, this is what you are going to receive. You are going to get a confirmation. You are going to get an email like this with their name, their email address, their phone number, and the message they sent, and any other detail. So this is how you can create a contact form for free and add it to your website. The next thing you shall do is spend some time styling your form so that your form looks like your website branding. And if you want to learn more about the best add-ons that are going to help you design your form and your entire page much better, you can check out this next video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.